Hey everyone, thanks for being here. I am Clay Emo. I'm at Connect Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary live, my post-game live stream for Monday, April the 26th, on a night where the Canucks kind of needed to win this game, but guess what? They didn't win this game. They lost 2-1 to the Ottawa Senators, game number 1 of their 4-game road trip. Small crowd today. We'll see if people start to kind of trickle in. Maybe they're saving themselves for Canucks After Dark. Maybe they just want to be outside and they'd rather be outside than look at me for the next 45 minutes. But I appreciate all of you being here. And as always, let's just go like this. I want to thank the moderators first and foremost. Do what you need to do. I appreciate you. I want to thank Monkey 9 Brewing for always sponsoring these post-game live streams. Make sure you check them out in Richmond. I want to thank my Hall of Fame members. Get ready. I know how to pronounce his name now. Jens95, simalexander, Just Incredible, nucksfan number 29, Lucas Gates, Chris Seifried, and Adam Broomfield. Thank you to all of you for your support. And thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You are listed in the video description of all my videos. If you want to become a member of this channel, the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath any of my videos or on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. No matter where you're watching from, whether it's in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston in the Lower Mainland, in Richmond in the Lower Mainland, in the city, in the province, in the country, on the continent, or around the world. Not sure Mira is here yet. I'm not sure if I've seen her. She's the Russian, she's the Russian representation here. I know that someone's usually here, sometimes from Australia. But yes, I appreciate you, all of you, no matter where you're watching from. I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, but the fact that you're here. And yes, it's small. There's only about 12 of us in here right now, which is fine. We'll go. I'll probably go for just 30 or 45 minutes today. I want to be done by 8 o'clock, rest up a bit, get some studying done before I come back strong with Parker at 10 o'clock tonight. A couple other things before I get going. Subscribe if you've not subscribed to this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel. Like this video. Don't like the fact that Canucks lost. Like the fact that we can be sitting here together talking about a Canucks loss all together. Speaking of losses, not sure how many of you saw my ping pong match against Jacob. We impromptu. It was nice out. The table was set up because Jacob and Sean were playing earlier today. So yeah, I challenged him at the second intermission. He beat me 21-15, 21-19 till 2 close games, and then 11-9. So that was a lot of fun. Thanks to those of you watching. We had about 30 people watching live, and then a bunch of people caught up afterwards. So I appreciate that. Just something different. I knew I'd be talking a lot tonight, so I didn't decide not to come on as a live stream, but rather we live streamed our ping pong match. And yeah, I know how to beat him, or I know at least how to give myself a chance to beat him, but it is very difficult to beat him, as you can see if you're watching any of that ping pong match. Okay, I'll chat for maybe just for a couple of minutes, turn it over to you guys, and then go to questions. Well, there's so few of us in here, I might be able to read everything that comes through. But once I say go, I see a bunch of members in here, which is awesome. By the way, speaking of members, had my first ever Zoom chat with franchise and Hall of Fame members last night. There are 9 of us all together, so it's perfect. Fit on my screen like the Brady Bunch. And it was great. 6 of the 9 of us had our cameras on, but the other 3 that didn't have their cameras on, they were talking. They were just as engaged. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I just love the fact that, it got a little bit crazy sometimes because a lot of people were talking at the same time. A lot of people like to talk just like me, which makes sense. That's why you support me. So thanks for that last night. Okay, I'll just talk for a minute. This is a game you need to win. This is a game you miss Elias Pettersson for sure. 1 goal tonight. No goals on Thursday night. We had that one game where we scored a lot of goals. 4 goals on Saturday night. So really, we scored 5 goals in 3 games against Ottawa. That's not good. That's not good against supposedly the worst team in our division. Montreal won. That's not good. So if you want the Canucks to make the playoffs, it's back to 10 points back with 5 games in hand. I liked it a lot better when it was 8 points back with 5 games in hand, but 10 points back with 5 games in hand. So that means not impossible, but it's not a sure thing for sure. It would have been so nice if it went the other way. If Montreal lost and we had won, then imagine being 6 points back with 5 games in hand. That sounds a lot better, but what can you do? Aside from that, I thought Juolevi played a good game. You guys know that I think down the road, Juolevi can be a second pairing defenseman behind Hughes. I am fine with Hughes, Juolevi, Rathbone next season. I'm okay trying that. I really am. And then you can have Schmidt and Myers and whoever, Hamonic or Trampkin on the right side. But we'll see about that. So I thought Juolevi had a good game. I thought Horvat and Mott and Miller were the most noticeable forwards. C-edits and others, I saw some of you talking about, we have a lot of the same player in VC Boyd, Highmore, and Harlock. We need one of those guys to differentiate themselves, but I thought Mott was good once again. I thought Hope was fine, made 25 of 27 saves. Penalty kill was good. We killed off the one chance. Power play was okay, only 0 for 1, not the end of the world. But I certainly did not like Nate Schmidt's giveaway goal on the first goal. I don't know what he was trying to do going across ice to Alex Edler. And Schmidt and Edler were on the ice actually for the second Ottawa goal as well. So they were a -2. All right. I am ready to read your questions and let's go. Just reading why just looking. No, Lucas, by the way, moderators, you guys know I appreciate you, but what I saw deleted of Sean Avery was fine. Like, Sean Avery is a longtime YouTuber. Yes, of course that's not Sean Avery, but let's not delete or time out someone just because they're using the name of a player. I don't think this person is pretending to be Sean Avery. So moderators, you guys know I appreciate you, but as I've talked about over the past couple of days, you can let things slide, right? If it's fun or if it's a question, don't let it slide if it's a swear word or racist, homophobic, or sexist. But from what I saw, so I am going to read it, and it's fine. I'm not calling any of the moderators out. You guys know I appreciate the job. But I thought Sean's question was fine. It says, Highmore has looked mediocre in all his games so far to me. It's almost like you shouldn't trade a guy with upside for a defensive-minded guy that will only be a bottom sixer, even if he turns out. Yeah, Sean, I think that's the profile in Highmore is that he's a good two-way player, whereas Gaudette wasn't. So we'll see. Gaudette has not been able to crack the Chicago lineup. I thought Highmore has been okay. I thought his first game was his best game. He's kind of leveled off over the past two, but we'll see how he does. Yes, and if you're talking, Sean, about the right side of our wingers, yeah, it's not the best for sure. It thins out really quickly after Besser. So let's try and get Sean Avery back. I see that he was timed out. Sean, come on back in if you still want to, for sure. Fangirl, thoughts on Juolevi's goal? I thought it was great. He's like Hamonic. He's able to get pucks to the net, and I think that's a really good quality. I really like Juolevi's game. Steady, doesn't try and do anything that's out of his wheelhouse. I'm great, Noah. I hope you're doing well as well. Thank you for asking always. Things are good, despite me getting thrashed in ping pong, despite the Canucks losing. After this, I got to study for a couple hours, and then I'm going to join Parker for Canucks After Dark, which I'm looking forward to. You may have seen Parker tweeted that we were number 2 we're the number 2 hockey podcast in New Zealand, of all places. Number 2 in the world, though, ahead of Spit and Chicklets, which is pretty exciting. So, yes, number 2 in New Zealand. C-edits, I'm so close to using your actual name that you taught me last night. C-edits. Hi, Clay. Do you think the game would have been in the Canucks' favor had Hoglander gotten that in the net? You know what's funny is that you mentioned that. I was driving home during the start of the second period, and I understand that he had back-to-back 2-on-1. So I actually haven't seen the highlights yet or seen the replay. But yeah, he scores that. Then the Canucks are up 2-1 instead of down 2-1. Well, it was 1-1 at the time. It's hard to say. Would have loved, I'm not going to blame him because he's a rookie. But yes, apparently, according to my son Sean, it was a good chance. But thank you for asking. No problem, Lucas. I know you guys are trying to do the best job you can. So I appreciate that. Adam, Boyd, I thought he was less noticeable tonight. I'm just looking at his advanced stats. You guys know I go to natural stat trick. And Boyd did have the best Corsi. He had the worst Corsi. He was 2 shots for 5 shots against when he's on the ice. That was only 29%. So yes, as I expected, the eye test meets the analytics. I did not think Boyd had a strong game tonight. Unlucky break for DiPietro, getting sent to Utica and then likely getting recalled. Yeah, we'll see. It depends on how bad Demko's injury is. But I read a report they want to get DiPietro 8 of 10 starts down in Utica. Thoughts on Besser tonight? Noah, I thought he was okay. He had a 45% Corsi. He also had 19 minutes of ice time, but he was a -2. But he did have 3 shots on net. So a bit of good, a bit of bad. Wasn't his fault, those goals that he was on for. But yeah, like especially that first goal. You can't really blame any of the forwards after Schmidt's giveaway, for sure. Adam DiPietro has not been treated very well by the Canucks. Yes, we wasted a year of his development. Hello, Jeff. Yes, we are ahead of Spit and Chicklets. Hot take. Hey, John. Hope you're well as well. I think maybe the Canucks need to start playing Toronto again or something. But I'll certainly be catching up with you later in the week for sure. Thoughts on Pearson tonight? Not as noticeable. Yeah, 1 shot, 2 hits, 21 minutes of ice time. So not as noticeable tonight as he has been. But he has been playing well since his new contract. Why did a member get hidden? Yeah, don't worry, John. We are straightening that out. And it looks like you unhid him for us. So thank you. And Sean, to his credit, said all good. No, my moderators, if you can't blame them for being keen, but mods, yes, let's remember, let's keep it open as much as we can. Only if it's getting ludicrous, you know what to do, and I trust you completely. Hey, Calvin, Canucks seem flat to me. I agree with you, Jeff. They did not look good tonight. Besser misses Petey's playmaking. Today, I realized how much we missed EP 40. Yes, Sebastian, I talked about that in my post-game recap. You know how I like to do what I liked, what I didn't like, and one other thing. And basically, it's goals and it's good plays. The one other thing I talked about today was this and the 3-0. These are times when you miss the 20 minutes of solid ice time Pettersson's going to give you. He never cheats, never takes a shift off, and he might not score every time, but he makes things happen. And especially on the power play, we only went 0 for 1, so it's not like we went 0 for 5 or 0 for 6. But yes, you do miss him where he can single-handedly break a game open, and that is certainly what we miss. We know it's a wrist injury. We just don't know. He's on the ice. Whether he could have come back sooner, that's up for debate. Whether he needs surgery and he's going to play or not play through it, that's up for debate. But yes, there are a lot of questions still surrounding Pettersson. But yes, we miss him indeed. Yeah, all good. Honest mistake, and Sean's been really good about it. And to his credit and to everyone's credit, we're good. Sean, I can sometimes sound a little bit opinionated, arrogant when talking about the team and saying my opinion on things. I will admit I don't mean it that way, though. I'll try and work on that. Sean, we're all good. Everything's good. Best Canuck tonight. I think there are a bunch of them that were pretty good. I wouldn't say best. I did single out Holtby, Yolevi, Horvat, and Mott as the 4 that I noticed. C-Edits, crazy. C-Edits, I'm so tempted to call you by your name now. But I will say C-Edits. By the way, what I did want to ask you last night, C-Edits, in our Zoom chat was, are you a video editor or a music editor? Or what does edits mean? Or is it because you basically have to edit what you say or what you hear me say? But yes, crazy coincidence as both the Canucks games and Flames game had a 2-1 score. I would love it if we had the 2-1 win and they had the 2-1 loss, but wasn't meant to be tonight. Jets, fan, my Jets suck, man. What happened tonight? Did they play 2? Did the Jets play tonight? Oh, they're losing 6. They're losing 6-1 to Edmonton. Yes, and Nick Ehlers is out too. That is not good. But thanks for being here. Yes, respect to Sean for sure. Lucas Gates, I'm wondering if having an affiliate closer to home might have alleviated the issues with recalls and send-downs. Lucas, going forward, yes. This season, though, because of the creation of the taxi squad, not so much of an issue. Sebastian, do you want Holtby back next year? I've talked about this a few times. He's looking more appealing to Seattle. I have the proper numbers. He's owed 5.7 in cash, but 4 million cap hit. So basically, his cash is only 2.3 this year, 5.7 next year. That makes your 8, but the cap hit is 4 and 4. That makes your 8. So from a cap hit perspective, it's only 4. From a cash perspective, it's 5.7. I would be fine either way. I would understand if he didn't get taken, and I think he could be a solid. He's refound his game. If he does get taken, that frees up a spot, but we would have to frees up some money, but we would have to get a decent backup for sure, given that DiPietro has barely played this season. Hello M. Only watched the last 30 minutes, but there seemed to be a lot of passes that were intercepted, rolling directed. The Canucks were not sharp tonight. How are you feeling about the Canucks playoff hopes now after going 3-2? Yeah, see, it's 3-1 sounds so much better. Maybe they're back to my 30 to 35% prediction that I had coming out of the break. Yeah, I love it that you guys are talking about the Zoom chat last night. That was fun. At least that's what you guys told me. Fangirl, any tips to start a hockey channel along with other stuff on my channel? Yeah, I have plenty of tips, Fangirl, but let's have that chat offline. But make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. You're not trying to make it big or strike it rich. Doing YouTube, make sure you're being yourself. Make sure you're being genuine, and make sure that you show your passion. And I think and don't expect massive growth right away. I think a lot of people go away because they don't see the massive spike or the massive viral video. Do it because you love doing it, and people will find. And practice. Don't get discouraged. And I think if John's still in here, John has a massive channel. He just passed 30,000 subscribers, which is awesome on Hot Take. But I still think that he would agree with a lot of things I said about being genuine and being passionate and marching to the beat of your own drummer. Marching the beat of your own drummer. You've got to love those musical analogies. Zoom chat was fun last night. Phew, good. Noah, were those rumors true that Benning was trying to get Ekman-Larsson in the offseason? Noah, it was very true. It was very true, and but I'm not sure if Ekman-Larsson strung the Canucks along a bit, or if they certainly couldn't make it work. But it did hamstring us in other ways, for sure. Juolevi looks pretty good to me. Happy he's playing well. I agree, Sebastian. You guys know, for me, Juolevi, Trampkin, but they might be playing on the same pairing next season. We'll see. Sean, I do like Highmore for what he is. Just don't get those trades. Gaudette wasn't working out, but I personally would rather go for guys with upside over two-way guys you can find in free agency on the dime. Yeah, and technically you didn't have to trade for Highmore. You could have likely picked him up, but then maybe it was unsalvageable with Gaudette. I don't know. I don't know the full reason for sure. Sad loss. Yes, Rios. Do you think the Canucks look tired? Yes, Bill. I think they do. Sean, similar to how I rather the Canucks go for guys like Tyroning in late rounds over guys like Rodrigo Bulls, yes, or I don't know how to say his last name. So I'd rather the Canucks trade Gaudette for a picker prospect. Yeah, no harm. Even if it's a late prospect, at least you have some control over who you're picking. Jake needs to go. Okay, don't tell Truds that, but Sean doesn't like that. Didn't like Jake's game. T-Dot, the Canucks can't spend over $9 million goalies. It's not good cap management at all. Yeah, $5 million for Demko, $4 million for Holtby. That's 9 out of your $81 million. That's already more than 10% in your goalies. That's a great point, T-Dot. Lucas, don't look at the 21 free agency list this year. Look at the free agency 22. Lots of freed up cap space. Bye-bye recapture penalty and Louis contract expiration. Yes, it's true. You can look ahead, but you still got to field a team next season. Have the Senators really stepped up their defensive game, or just me? Noah, they're better. They're a better team than when we were hammering them 3 in a row in January. Zoom chat was fun. Thanks, Lucas. C-Edits, thoughts on VC being slotted back in the top 6 after being a healthy scratch? C-Edits, I cheated. I happened to see your comment earlier before I got in here. And admittedly, I was fine with it. I predicted it in my game day preview. I said that VC would come in for top 6, that McEwen would go out, that Besser would be playing with Miller and VC, and Horvat would be reunited with Pearson and Hoglander. Now, I'm not saying I'm Nostradamus or anything like that, but I thought that was a good call. And then I saw the way VC played, and yeah, maybe now we know why he's on his 3rd or 4th team. Yeah, he hasn't been great, that's for sure. C-Edits. Just have fun with your channel like I do with my small channel. Excellent advice, Coach Rob. Shannon, I hope someone can help me, but is there a free site that I can go look at stats for Canucks and other teams? Yeah, you can start with NHL.com. NHL.com, TSN, Sportsnet, all the main sports sites. If you go to their NHL page, you can look at stats. Go to Canucks.com as a starting point, Shannon. A natural stat trick is the one more for advanced stats. Yes, that is indeed the case. Is Edler back next season? Resign, new team, or retire? Calvin, I've always said that the Canucks will either resign him for cheap if he's willing to take that, or he'll retire. I just have a feeling that he's not going to want to play for another team. He and his family absolutely love it, Vancouver. I could see him retiring as a Canuck. Fangirl, can you do another reaction video? Yeah, I haven't done them in a long while. I think in May, when I have a month off between courses for my master's. So my exam's this Friday, the 30th. You guys then are going to be so relaxed on the weekend. Zoom chats too with the Hall of Fame members. But yeah, I think I'll get back to doing some more WWTT. What were they thinking? And get to some more reaction videos for sure. Adam got it for the heart. Cameron Dave, Canuck fatigue, COVID aftermath, or travel schedule? I think it's both. I think we can actually say it's both and as opposed to either or, very truly. Sharms. Yeah, Sharms. I was actually thinking about you when I was losing. Here we go. Hope you are well. Another set of ping pong games done after the extension. I'm so sorry. Not getting the results, but the organization is respecting the effort. Thoughts on what you need to improve? You know, it's funny. I have a couple of people actually DMing me on Twitter, watching these games and giving me tips. I do know two things that I need to do. Well, the one thing I need to do with Jacob in particular is I have to be patient. He will make errors, not a lot, but he will make errors, as you guys saw. I make a lot of errors when I try and go for the big play. I need to be patient, play solid, and then it might be it won't be the most exciting game, but I think it's my only chance to beat him. So I think patience is the key. By the way, I also think that these 7:30, I appreciate all of you, all 40 of you in the chat, but I definitely think that these 7 o'clock, 7:30 streams aren't my cup of tea. There's a reason why that even in the early games, the 4:30 games, the 4 o'clock games, I wait until 10. That's kind of my sweet spot. But because of Canucks After Dark tonight, which is the priority on Monday nights, I decided to try this. I still like being here with you, but maybe it's giving me pause to think I just go with the 10 o'clock, at least for me, at the risk of losing some East Coast people for sure. What's the likelihood of a top 10 pick this upcoming draft, Sebastian? If you're not talking about winning the lottery, we're probably going to, if we miss the playoffs, we're probably going to slot in anywhere between 8 and 12. So it could be a top 10 pick, but this year is so crazy. Lucas Gates is pointing towards free agency 2022. That's totally fair. Play McEwen next game or keep VC? Oh, no, I don't know. It's not like the Canucks are getting kind of pushed around and beat up. So maybe you play VC again, but maybe you bring him off that line. I don't know. He's not very effective, that's for sure. Sharms, I personally think the schedule is taking a bit of a hit on the team's performance after watching tonight. They looked a lot more tired than any other game. I think that is very fair, and all you have to do is look towards the Montreal experience as well. They are struggling after having to play so many games and show so short of a time, little bit of time. I love the conversation with each other in here. I really do. I'm not the type who's like, oh, how come you're not talking to me? Why are you talking to each other? No, I like it when you guys talk to each other. It just makes it harder to sort out, but I'm glad that there's so much interaction here. Any reason why Virtanen hasn't been scoring much this year? Noah, some would say it's lack of opportunity to play with good players. I just think he's not that good. Good luck on your exam. Thank you, Shannon. It's on Friday. Do you think it's good that Calgary lost today so we don't have to battle it out with them for the 4th spot? I heard some media members giving this take. C-Edits, I hear what you're saying, but I think you heard my theory is if it's two teams that we're chasing, you always cheer for the team that is lower in the standings by points percentage. So I still would have liked to see Calgary beat Montreal today. If Calgary had beaten Montreal, then it would be like this. Montreal would have 49 and 47. Calgary would have 47 and 48. And Vancouver would have 41 and 42. So you could still see that Calgary is very catchable. So admittedly, I would have still liked Calgary to beat Montreal. Ovechkin is a free agent in the offseason. Yeah, he seems like a lifer in Washington for sure. Okay, Adam's not a big fan of Virtanen. Noah says McEwen can bring energy. Sean says, don't think we could. Okay, if you had a choice between Kurt McLean or Marcus Naslund to play for us today, who would you pick? I would take Naslund. I presume you're talking once again, Fangirl, about them being in the prime. I would take Naslund because I think our goaltending is good enough with Demko and Holtby, whereas we could use a top six like Naslund for sure. Blackmore, hey Clay, do you think the Canucks should give Zach McEwen some ice time instead of bringing him to the rink when toughness fight are needed, if you know what I mean? Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but bottom line is Travis Green likes guys who can skate, who can play defense. And I don't know if McEwen checks off those boxes completely. He might not be any less effective than some of the guys we have in there though, but yeah, he hasn't had the easiest run this season. Seattle, do you think it's time to bring Lind in the bottom six and get a fresh body in the lineup? I like to see what Lind can do, but I have a feeling it won't be until we're mathematically eliminated. But Travis Green could prove me wrong and start him in the next game. But yeah, I think they should shake up the lineup. In 2 of the 3 games against Ottawa, we've scored 1 goal only, right? 0 goals, then 4, then 1. So I do think there needs to be some sort of shake up somewhere. Shannon likes Holtby's game. That's cool. Calvin, did you follow the KHL playoffs? Podkolzin looked really good for St. Petersburg. Yes, when his team was still in the playoffs, he was like the 4th leading scorer in the entire league in the playoffs. But I'm not following it now. Fangirl, what was the Canucks' biggest downfall? No pressure, no sustained pressure. Hogberg isn't like amazing. He's shaky. He lets off a lot of rebounds. A couple that got through him that almost went over the line. So I just think we got to play with more urgency. I know they're tired. I know some of them are probably running on fumes, but I think we need to get to the net more and create more traffic. Look at the Juolevi goal. We scored that because of all the traffic in front of the net. Montreal's playing teams down the stretch they don't have a winning record with, other than the Oilers, Leafs, Jets, and the Sens have dominated the Habs. Great point, C-Edits. Thanks for pointing that out. Thoughts on Virtanen's fight? Yeah, I'm not sure if it was completely necessary, but maybe Virtanen was trying to spark the team. Fleury with the Knights and Ovechkin on the Kraken. Yeah, Adam, I'm with you. I'm not sure why they needed the fight. Do you see Virtanen being the odd man out once Podkolzin arrives now that Pearson was extended by Benning? Great question, Sean. I do see next season shaping up like the Lotto line, PD, Miller, and Besser. I do think the second line is going to be 3 of these 4, Horvat, Pearson, Hoglander, and Podkolzin. Podkolzin plays the right wing, so I could see Podkolzin and Hoglander fighting out for that right spot. Let's say it's Hoglander. So then your third line, you could have a center. I don't know who that's going to be if Sutter, they don't resign him, between Mott and Podkolzin. I'd be all over that as long as we get a good third line center. Maybe Boyd slides in there. I'm not sure. And then if Beagle's come back, then your fourth line could be anyone like Beagle. Roussel still got another year in his contract. Could be a Harlech, could be a Highmore, a McEwen. Lots of options on the fourth line for sure. Noah, does Madison Bowie play this year or no? I believe he will. But I think Travis Green still wants to see what he's got in him in practices. If only Horvat's shot went in with 0.4 seconds left. 0.4 on the power play, right? I think you're talking about the one that got to the line. Best American to play for the Canucks. Maybe Ryan Kessler in history. I think Quinn Hughes will surpass him. Which Canadian team has the best chance to make the Cup finals? You know, I was going to say Toronto or Winnipeg, but Winnipeg hasn't played well. It might be Edmonton's playing well. I'm still not convinced with their defense and goaltending. But when you have McDavid and Draisaitl, who knows? But I still think Toronto's the best team in our division. Virtanen can't score these days, so he might as well get physical. That's true, C-Edits. Do something. PD, I've heard, is out for the season. So, yeah, that could very well be the case. Bob, thought the Tigers came through in poor puck movement and slow skating. I agree with you, Bob. Not a great sign. The schedules make it tough to find. Yes, and now we have a back-to-back coming up Wednesday, Thursday. Lucas, if Vert goes, what would Tommy, the tractor guy, shotgun? I'm sure he will find something pretty easily. Charms, I think Schmidt had his worst game today. The second goal was on him not being able to clear the puck, and the first was on him turning over. Yes, -2 and not good. And he's had a pretty good season. Chris, hey Clay, finally you found some time to relax. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed. This is weird. I'm not fishing for affirmation. I'm not sure if I look relaxed or sound relaxed. I feel relaxed for sure. Maybe as I had a good dinner with the family, I played a bit of ping pong, and I got a couple hours to maybe, I say 2 hours to study, but I know I'm going to clean up the kitchen, then hang out with Gail for a bit, and then be ready for Parker. But yeah, I feel good. I know I look good. I'm just kidding. And Chris, I'm happy that I can pronounce your last name. Seifried. Not sure why I did that. You probably don't want to see that ever again. Coach Rob, just read that Turner Sports has picked up some of the NHL game nights for TV in the USA. Good. Did you hear what BX has said on Sportsnet 650? Noah, I did listen to his interview, but what are you talking about in particular? About his memories of 2011, or are you talking about something else, Noah? Let me know what you are referring to. Fangirl, is there still a possibility COVID will still be bad in the fall? Yes, there is a possibility. If so, what would the NHL do about that? It's going to be the same as this year, but I'm hoping with vaccinations and... Oh, what were the numbers by the... I usually know this. I'm usually all over this. What were the numbers in BC tonight? Let's look up Richard Zusman. He's my go-to. Please don't say 3,000. Please don't say 3,000. Oh. Okay, good. Sorry, I know this. 2491, 881, 847, 63. Okay, so we're at least coming down from the 900, 1,000 mark. Yeah, who knows? I'm hopeful though, fangirl. See edits. You look very relaxed and laid back. Why, thank you. Yeah, if I ever come across, you know why? It was maybe the Zoom chat that relaxed me. Seeing all you pretty people, although see edits, you were one of the ones who did not turn on your camera, but that's fine. Yeah, I feel really relaxed right now. Maybe I'll get a little more antsy as my final exam comes up, and then I'll be very relaxed in May. But yeah, I feel good. And sometimes I become such a spaz on these things, and I start thinking and as I talked about, slurring my words and stuttering. Not because I'm drunk. It's only water in here. You guys know that. In the cup that my lovely wife Gail made. All can be yours for $9.99. No, I'm just kidding. But I do feel relaxed. Although even when I'm relaxed, I can still get talking like crazy and getting all excited and stuff. But I'm still relaxed. I'm not sure if that makes sense. I'm pretty confident in my own skin, obviously. Maybe too confident. Chris, what do you think about Michael Furlan's career? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because when we got him, I remember what he did to us in the 2015 playoffs as a Calgary Flames member, but I do think his career is over. See edits. So when are you getting the scoop on your CTV appearance? I'm going to cut this off in 8 minutes. I will tell you all about it right then. You're very sweet. Thank you for asking. Sharms, with that Horvat shot across the line in time, it could have been close. We're talking about not on the power play. We're talking about at the end of the second period, right? Now that I think about it. No, now I'm so confused. When was that Horvat shot? I know which one you're talking about. It was centering past to Horvat in the slot, and he put it right through Hogberg, and it went to the line. But unless there's another Horvat chance at the end of the game, but I don't think it was, right? You guys are talking about that one that snuck through. Now I'm so confused. But if you're talking about the one that happened, no, it's Hogberg got his stick back on it. Yeah, 0.4 seconds left in the second. Thanks, Charms. Yeah, no, I don't think it had nothing to do with the amount of time. Hogberg actually got his stick back and made the save. Sorry for that brain fart there. Thanks for making me laugh during the table tennis game, Samuel. Yes, I'm glad I could bring some joy to you. It's not very joyful getting smoked by Jake 3 times in a row. Average is about 800. BX told a story about Torts getting mad about someone flushing the toilet during a meeting. Yikes. No, I didn't hear that part. No, I must have already gotten ready for work. Do you think Silovs could play one of the back-to-back games if Demko isn't ready? Oh, he could. And he could if you need him to. But I think if they said it's not serious, so my guess is Holtby on Wednesday and Demko on Thursday. Although Holtby is the one who beat the Toronto Maple Leafs twice coming out of the break. We'll see. What are your thoughts on Shabbat's game tonight? Let's turn it over. No way I support them, but I'm interested in your opinion. Shabbat, I think he's pretty solid. I put him in the next tier. You know, there's that big tier, the big four of Dahlin, Heiskanen, Makar, and Hughes. But I'd put Shabbat right up there as well. He is noticeable. Every time he's on the ice, Shabbat is noticeable in a good way. No, he didn't factor in the scoring, but yeah, 26 minutes, +2, 3 shots on goal, 3 blocks. I think he's a very solid player, and I did notice him tonight. Lucas wants to get back to work. Indeed. Ryan Stanton. That's funny. Can you golf in BC? It's illegal. Yeah, you can golf in BC. In fact, Calvin, my next golf match is on Wednesday. That's why I will not be streaming Wednesday, but I won't be streaming Wednesday anyways after, 2:30 game. I'm not going to stream like a 5 or 6. I'm supposed to be working, but I'm going to be golfing. And then I will stream at 10 o'clock because that's my time. 10 o'clock's my time. Dang it. Yeah. Thoughts on Holtby during the back-to-back, little more than 24 hours between games and no real travel, especially if Demko still struggling. Bob Cook, I could see Holtby going back-to-back considering that he did beat Toronto. And yeah, the little travel, it's not even travel basically. I could see that happening, but let's see what happens with Demko first. See, it's pity would have helped the game go to OT like he did in the Winnipeg game earlier this season. Indeed. Big loss right now for sure. What time is the post-game stream in the 2:30 game day, Clay? Yeah, because I'll be golfing, I'm going to do 10 o'clock. Even if the game will end at 5, so we'll have 5 hours to chew on it. I'm going 10. That's my time. Do you think Torts gets fired after the season? I do. Do you guys remember when he coached here? The season started off okay. Then we got smoked in January. That Calgary Flames thing happened. Him rushing the dressing room. And then the way Tortorella was talking, for anyone who can remember that 2014, 2015 season, he was talking like he knew he was on his way out. Or 2013, 2014, whatever it was. He was talking like he was on his way out and that he was going to get let go. By the way, that will be the link I share with you. My friend Marie and I did a song when John Tortorella first came here. Remember that Rihanna song, Under My Umbrella, Ella Ella AA? We did Under John Tortorella, Ella Ella AA. Really good, has a lot of views. So that's the video I will share with you at the end of this stream, is my parody song to Rihanna's Umbrella, but it's called Under John Tortorella. Sean, I wasn't expecting Furlan to be that good or work on the first line after how that didn't work well in Calgary, Carolina. Also, wasn't that physical of a player after that playoff series in 15. I didn't expect his career to end like this, though, for him not to do well in the third line. I didn't think the concussion history would cause that much of a problem. It is sad. And, of course, you want him to get well for his family more than this hockey team. Yeah, a lot of people saying Torts is gone. Do you think the club needs to be interested in Trampkin still? No, I don't. But if it sounds like that's the way it's heading, and it's okay. You guys know I don't hate Trampkin. I just don't like him as much as a lot of other people do. Do you think Benning stays in the offseason? Noah, I do think he does. It's something we talked about in our Zoom chat yesterday. I think Benning does stay. Ackley really likes him, and maybe he's not allowed to do those Demko and Pearson contracts if he's not going to be here. I don't know. Fangirl, if people listened to the restrictions a year ago, would COVID be this bad right now? So tough to say. Some people will always fight against the restrictions. I get it. It's human nature. I just think people are being very selfish. Chances of Laine going to the Kraken? I don't think so. But did his contract end this year? Yeah, I don't think so. Why would you want to if you want to win a cup? See, yeah, it's the way Torts never wanted to live in Vancouver and commuted from Point Roberts. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Chris, Clay, we need to golf soon. Most likely will destroy me since I haven't played for almost... No, Chris, I'm not a good golfer. But yes, let's go. I'm an okay ping pong player. I'm a good bowler. I will say that. Not as good as my kids, but I'm a decent bowler. And as I've said many times, I'm an okay softball player. That's what I miss. Roller hockey, I'm not good, but I'm the glue guy on the team, mostly because they're picking me up after they're peeling me off the floor. And the one sport that I would say I'm above average in is in volleyball. That's the one sport that I was trained in a little bit, not a lot, but summer camps and things like that. Do you think we bring Hamonic back next year? I would like that, Charms. I think he's been really good for Hughes. Sorry, I missed the Zoom call. No problem, Jeff. Once a month, we'll get you on there. And it was even nice and early for you, man. It was 7 o'clock here. Just subs, supporting other hockey YouTubers. Thank you, Maple Leafs Media. I really appreciate you. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Yes, C Edits, Maple Leafs Media, seeing you supporting other channels. That's awesome. Thank you. Can everyone please smash that like button for Clay before the video's over? It really helps him out. Adam, you're good. Let's do this. We raise $1,000. You run the 2022 marathon. You donate that money to a charity. Deal? So LA Women's Hoops, we raise $1,000. You run the 2022 Vancouver Marathon, and I donate that money to a charity. So it's a win-win-win. You guys donate for a good cause. I get in better shape. 2022 marathon. Okay, LA Women's Hoops. I'm leaning towards yes. Let me just talk to my family. Let me look at the timing of the marathon. But yes, there's no reason for me not to do it. I think it'll be a great community builder. I should live stream it and just wear a GoPro, and then you after about like 30 minutes, the GoPro will just be on the ground, and you'll just see a view of the sky because it's me on my back, passed out. But yeah, let's do this. LA Women's Hoops, I know that you pop in here a lot, so I appreciate you. Let's chat offline or in another stream, and let's set up the fundraiser properly. Whether we do it through YouTube, I don't know if that's the best use of GoFundMe. Although GoFundMe, at least it'll more of the money goes to me or whoever. YouTube takes a small cut, but that's something we can talk about. But yes, I'd be open to it. And I should start praying like right now, right after the stream is done. But thank you for that. You're awesome. You've mentioned it a few times, and I appreciate that. Sorry, people, because of my disability, I cannot figure out a good question to ask about hockey as I do not understand. Shannon, don't apologize. You ask what you want, and I appreciate you being here. Trampkin was barely an NHLer 5 years ago. What other sports besides hockey do you watch? From a pro standpoint, bowling and basketball. I'll join you on that, Clay. Chris, what, on the marathon or something else? Donate to the Canucks for Canada, Canucks Autism. Yeah, Lucas, that's definitely a good cause. I'll probably think about which one I want to donate to. Is After Dark at 10. It is indeed. Oh, Chris, you're talking about the marathon you'll join. That's pretty cool. Okay, we'll set something up for sure. LA Women's Hoops, you are running it in April. Sorry, you're running the fundraiser, or you're running the marathon. That is awesome, LA Women's Hoops. That is very cool. When is the Vancouver Marathon? Is it every April? Is it every May? Because I really need to know how much praying I have to do. Vancouver Marathon. Oh, the BMO one, right? Oh my gosh. I'm not sure. First Sunday in May. Okay. So I have a year to prepare myself. Huh. Make a PayPal account, then YouTube won't take that money from Super Chats. Yeah, actually, I do have a PayPal account, and I just want to, I know you guys trust me. Like, if you can't trust me, who can you trust? But I want to build in a layer of accountability so it's not just going to me directly by PayPal. It might make sense to go to some sort of admin. We'll figure that out. Okay, so Chris is going to join me for the marathon. Chris, you probably will have to send a rescue party for me. I'm not kidding you guys. Look at me. Does it look like I'm actually a decent athlete? I'm actually a good athlete when it comes to skill, but I'm not really good when it comes to endurance. That's for sure. Favorite summer Olympic sport? I love the track and field. Beach volleyball too. Thank you, Lucas, for looping. Yeah, let's talk, Lucas, before we get too far ahead. Do you agree with Trampkin's agent about being top 4? Nope, not yet. Do you have interest in biking? Yeah, I have a nice road bike. I'm not a huge biker, though, but I like it. Thoughts on Horvat making an Olympic roster? I think he could be, see edits, a fourth-line winger for sure. Tough loss tonight, indeed. Are we talking the full marathon? It sounds like it. I subbed on both my accounts. Thank you, Christopher. I hope you're right. Would love to have a Leafs Canucks playoff series. Oh, you guys are chatting. That's good. I have to call one for both of us. every April. Okay. Yeah, LA Women's Hoops. I just looked up. If it's the BMO Vancouver Marathon, it says the first Sunday of each May in Vancouver. So maybe we're talking about a different marathon, but the BMO Vancouver Marathon is indeed in May. Regardless, April, May, I just know I have a whole year to... So you're running the marathon. Do you run? No, I don't run in the BMO marathon. That's what we're trying to figure out here. So LA Women's Hoops, you are running the marathon, yes, but you're telling me to run the marathon next year. Is that correct? And it's the BMO Vancouver Marathon, first weekend of May. Okay, regardless, we got a lot of time to figure it out. If the 2022 Olympics get boycotted, do you think the NHL All-Star Game would occur instead? Yeah, I think they would do something for sure. Okay, well, what the heck? I thought I was going to go for 30 minutes. It's at 45. 3 or 4 minutes of Ask Me Anything. Then I'll end off by talking about my CTV interview, and then we will be done, and then I will go recover for Canucks After Dark. So 3 or 4 minutes of Ask Me Anything. So this is where I request no Canucks questions, no hockey questions. The Sun runs in April. Okay. And Blackmore, because you asked this before I said it, do you think the Canucks should keep Jay Beagle? They don't have a choice. He's got one more year left on his contract. Okay. Ask me anything for 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll wrap up. Thoughts on Disneyland reopening this week? That's a little scary. We talked about it as a family. We're not going to go until COVID has died down. What did you have for dinner today? Chicken karaage, so Japanese fried chicken, and lettuce wrap. Beef, hoisin sauce in lettuce. Great question, Adam. Thoughts on Travis Boyd and Jimmy Vesey? Okay, Maple Leafs Media, only because you're new and you're so good and you sub to me. Both, I have higher hopes for Boyd because I think he's more versatile, but neither of them have done much just yet. You guys, I got to tell you the funniest thing. No, at the end of Ask Me Anything, remind me to tell you the funniest thing. I'll just say it now. Lucas asked me, are your kids begging you for a PS5? Rios asked me, have you ever had a car accident? I read those together and I thought someone asked me, are your kids an accident? The answer is no. So, number one, Lucas, are your kids begging you for a PS5? No, they are not. Thank goodness. They have more money than I do. They can buy it themselves. Rios, have you ever had a car accident? Yes, I've been in one major one when I was 16 years old. It was actually very scary. My dad had a Toyota Supra. Engine was in the the front. So it was very front heavy, and the back would swing out left to right. And I actually crashed into a demolition site, and it was very scary. I had the mayor of Richmond, his son, in my car. I was, all crying, scared, and he got out of the car. We were driving him home. We were so close to his house. I said, why don't you walk home from here? He said, sure. I said, please don't tell anyone at school. I get to school the next day, and everyone's pointing at me, laughing at me in the hallway because this guy, of course, told everyone at school. Okay, the BMO Vancouver Marathon. Okay, Women's Hoops, we will talk. Have you ever done a 10K run? No, I've barely done a 10K walk. I've never done a 10K run. This is going to be painful. Did you bother watching the Oscars yesterday? Absolutely no interest, Sean. See Edit's favorite planet. Don't pick Earth. And I'm not going to say that one that's second from the end. I've always been interested in Jupiter just because of the ring. Saturn, sorry, because of the rings. But I haven't really thought about that. See Edit's good question though. Melissa, and I hope you weren't trying to make me say that other one. Melissa. Hello, Melissa. Favorite fast food and why? I need details on the meal of choice. Sushi probably doesn't count as fast food, right? So my favorite fast food right now is still probably McDonald's, and I'm pretty boring. Quarter pounder with cheese meal, supersized. Yes, that is my favorite meal. I'm not sure why you're asking, Melissa. I'm not sure if you're up to something. Ellie Women's Hoops. Yes, you run the BMO Marathon. I'm also running. Okay, we will do that. What does tomorrow look like? You great question, Chris. I have to be at work for a meeting at 9. I have 3 meetings tomorrow. And then I will come home. Let's see, what does my Outlook calendar say? Yeah, 3 meetings at work tomorrow. And then studying tomorrow night. It's no Canucks game, so I have my best block of study time. And trying to find my CTV news report, which I'll talk about in a second. Did you play any video games as a kid? Yes, mostly Sega Genesis and Nintendo. Sign Clay to minimum contract with bonuses for every kilometer he competes. Michael, I love it. You will not have to spend any money. That is funny. I've done two 10K runs before. I had a walker and then one with my walker. Before I had a walker, sorry. Shannon, I'm going to read that again. I had done two 10K runs before I had a walker and then one before I had and one when you had your walker. Shannon, that is very inspiring. That is very, very cool. Thank God that you were safe. Thank you. Favorite family restaurant? Family restaurant. Any Japanese restaurant to me is a family restaurant. And I like White Spot. Actually, we like going to White Spot as a family. I know that's a family restaurant for sure. Favorite stadium concession? You mean the actual food or the stand? Anything with Pepsi, to be honest with you. I like the carved sandwich at Rogers Arena. What's with the wallet-sized wall photos? Oh, Michael, I will show you something. I'll turn on the light in a second. But I'll show you something in a second. Favorite sea animal? Ooh, that's a good one. I like those things that are in SeaWorld that with the cute one, the sea otters. I like those. An honest question. Wasn't trying to get you to say the planet that shall not be named. Yeah, we're good. You're the best. Mike, have you ever been to Whitecaps game? I have indeed, to see my friend Marie sing and a couple others for sure. Favorite non-hockey team? Ooh, I like that one. I like BC Lions. I'm a big fan of the BC Lions. Do you like eating food from Wendy's? Christopher, not a big fan, but I don't have anything against it. I just don't do it a lot. What's your animal? Like Year of the Rat? I'm the Year of the Tiger, 1974. Have you ever played squash? No, more of a racquetball guy for sure. Haven't played squash a lot. I enjoy racquetball. Lucas saying foods, yeah, carve. Michael, you almost got me to say it. Favorite stadium outside of BC? I was very impressed by the Vegas Golden Knights, T-Mobile Arena. That was good. I like the San Jose Sharks, but I haven't gone to a lot of stadiums to actually see it. It's outside of BC. More of one-offs for sure. But I did like the Vegas Golden Knights. It was unreal to go to a game there. Have you ever been to an MLB game? Yes. Been to a couple Toronto-Seattle games, and I've been to Arizona Diamondbacks game, LA Dodgers game, a Houston Astros game, and a New York Mets game on like Caribbean night. That was a lot of fun. Okay, I've caught up. If you ask another one, I'm sorry, I'm not going to get to it because we're at 51 minutes. So 3 things I want to show you. The first, someone asked about these wallet-sized photos. I'm going to turn on the light so you can see it better. So in my home office, we have, I'll just move the camera. We have these 10 pictures here, and they are called mixed tiles. They are 8x8 or 6x6 or 8x8. So we have 10 of them in here, and then we have another 30 in our living room. So you guys see there's a nice mix of family and whatever it may be. And you guys have seen me stream from my family room as well, where my TV is. There's another wall of more of them there. What's funny, I wouldn't say these are the rejects, but you see that Canuck clay picture? My family would not allow me to put that picture out in the family room where most people are and gather, and when we're allowed to have people over where we hang out. They banished my Canuck clay picture, which I think is the best picture. They banished it to here. But no, there's some fun pictures on here. Actually, can I do this and show you? Maybe I can just move the webcam. So there's some fun pictures up here of my family. Our dog Mickey is there. I almost said my other dog's name. But yeah, this is the best live streaming ever. So yeah, there's 10 pictures in here, and then there's another 30 in the other room. So those are mixed tiles. Excuse me, and we just ordered those on their internet. Okay, so that was question number 1. Question number 2. C Edits asked about my CTV interview. Yes, it was a guy named Gary Rutherford, and he says it's going to be a full 2 to 3 minute feature on my fandom, which was cool. So he came to my office and he was asking me questions about the GLCPC, about YouTubing, about vlogging, about doing vlogs for my car, about being a season ticket holder, about being COVID. And it wasn't so much X's and O's. What did the Canucks have to do to make the playoffs? It was more about my fandom. So I've been sending him video clips throughout the day. So hopefully he uses them, and hopefully the story runs tomorrow. So you guys know I will certainly post it once the link goes out, but I was very honored to be, and we chatted for half an hour, and then it's supposed to be on CTV on all the newscasts starting tomorrow morning. So we'll see. You guys know that if it does happen, I will share that out for sure. Finally, I promised you that I would send you to a video of me and Marie singing about John Tortorella. So here we go. Under John Tortorella, Clay Emo. What am I doing? I can do it here. Hold on. Wow. This song, you guys, has 62,000 views. So this song has 62,000 views on YouTube. I invite you to check it out as soon as we are done. It's our song from 8 years ago of Under John Tortorella. And thank you for the concern. I saw someone ask me, red eyes is because I'm wearing contacts. I rarely wear contacts, but I want to wear them for the interview. And yes, been talking all day. That's why I'm coughing. So I don't think I have the variant. I feel fine. But thank you, Gary. That, I think, was your first comment all stream. So I'm not sure if you're legitimately concerned for me. Thank you. If you aren't, I think you should try harder. How's that? Okay. For the rest of you, thank you very much for being here. And yeah, Canucks After Dark. Me and Parker tonight at 10 p.m. The link is in the video description of this. I should come back. If Gary was indeed being genuine, then I feel like a jerk. So if you are legitimately concerned, I feel fine. Thank you. I was actually vaccinated last week. That doesn't mean I can't get it for this week, but I still feel very good. And so yes, Canucks After Dark, me and Parker, 10 p.m. I hope you join me. I'm going to go study for a couple hours. Thanks for the great questions. Moderators, thank you very much. Monkey9, thank you very much. All you members in here, thank you very much. And yes, I will share, C-Edits, thank you for asking. I will share my my interview with CTV News sometime tomorrow as soon as it comes out. Don't forget to stay for my dad joke that's coming up. And yeah, my next stream will be 10 p.m. on Wednesday night. I'm certainly not going to do it any earlier than that because I won't even be home enough to do it. Okay. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Oh yeah, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like this video if you haven't liked this video. I just nailed my mic. And thanks to the new subscribers tonight. And I hope you have a great night. And I hope I see you at 10 p.m. for Canucks After Dark. God bless and go Canucks go. And do you know how you follow Will Smith in the snow? You follow the Fresh Prince. Booyah!